The past few days of rain throughout much of New Mexico has done a lot to help the Rio Grande, relieving some pressure after a dry summer. News 13's Natasha Lynn talked to water managers about it.
The amount of water flowing through the Rio Grande has more than doubled over the last week due to all the heavy rains. It's also helped reconnect the river all the way down to Elephant Butte after parts of it dried up in Albuquerque this summer.
Right now, we're seeing about 100 cubic feet per second in the river behind me, and that's a pretty marked increase from what we were seeing before the rain events. The gauge was hovering around 40 to 50 cubic feet per second, so it's a pretty substantial increase.
With more water moving in the Rio Grande through Albuquerque, fisherman Francisco Blanco says the change is noticeable.
Here in the city as well, I fish the river, so I've definitely seen an increase of not only water, but activity in the river with fish, with the birds coming back. You know, there's more life, more water.
A far different picture from just a few months back.
In the summertime, when the amount of water that's coming into the Middle Valley is not enough to keep the Rio Grande channel connected all the way down to Elephant Butte, we see sections of the river channel dry, typically on an annual basis.
And this year wasn't pretty. The Rio Grande dried up in Albuquerque for most of July and August, just the second time in 40 years. This last week's rainfall has helped significantly.
A lot of the river dried through the summer this year in the Middle Valley, and the river has actually been able to reconnect since these rain inflows have happened.
With connection restored to Elephant Butte, water levels there have risen 5,000 acre-feet in the last 10 days. Up north, sections of the Rio Grande in southern Colorado by Alamosa, which got even more rain, should make their way down to Albuquerque by the end of the week, replenishing the flow, adding even more water, and improving drought conditions.
Rain this time of year is particularly important as we move into the wintertime because you're increasing soil moisture as we move into the wintertime and start to get snow accumulation in the mountains, and that can help improve runoff efficiency in the spring.
Water will stop being diverted to most farmers and irrigators by Halloween, which should also further boost water levels.
The Middle Rio Grande Conservancy District says that the downside to all of this rain is how hard some of these storms have hit. They said that in some areas, sediment is getting into some of the irrigation canals, particularly in Valencia and Socorro counties. Natasha Lynn, KRQE News 13.
While the MRGCD can now store water in the Abiquiu Reservoir, no recent flows from the rainstorms are being stored because of a continued water debt owed to the Rio Grande Compact.